G'day, just getting the bike ready. Another overnighter with the usual bunch of suspects, bunch of mates that I do a bit of riding with. We're off to Nundle from Newcastle, so that's New South Wales, Australia. For those that ridden around the area, you probably know Nundle pretty well. We're just doing an overnighter. It's a great place to ride in and out of. We really enjoy the tracks around there. So yeah, just getting ready, waiting on some racks and a bag, so just dodging up how I'm going to carry an overnight bag. Looking forward to trying out some new foot pegs on the Tenere. These are, I think they're WR450 foot pegs, a bit wider, I think a bit more comfortable. I've had a little ride with them, and this will test them out, a couple of days on the bike. So yeah, just getting it ready. Added a bracket to carry my phone. I've just got an old phone that I use for navigation and for playing music. I haven't got the flash navigation, but we'll see how that goes, the new bracket. The phone seems to work for me so far, so I'll stick with it. And yeah, just getting the bike ready. I'm hearing a lot lately about these adventure bikes, and because there's quite a few on the market, you know, new ones coming out, there's lots of opinions about what they should be, and you know, how they should be built and how they should be ridden, and the advertising, and yeah, I think I understand why there's so much discussion about it, because yeah, it's a growing market, and yeah, there's a lot of opinions, which of course I've got one, and I'll probably talk a little bit about it later. And I don't know if you're new to this and you're jumping in and you're watching YouTube videos to do a bit of research. Well, yeah, hopefully a little bit of information that might help you make some decisions and not make mistakes along the way. But anyway, enough of all that. I've got to get my bags packed so I can get out there, because it's all about the adventure. Well, here we are at Curry. So good, had got two names the same. One of those places. Anyway, we've just travelled up from home on our way to Rocket's place for a grown-up sleepover, so we can get away in the morning early. We're off to Nundle, which, yeah, I think I said earlier, most people know Nundle that roam around the New South Wales area. Quite a nice spot. Got our chief navigator, Rusty, with us on his DR. And yeah, looking forward to it. Good way to spend Friday afternoon anyway. Just coming into Luscombe Tyre, outside of Maitland. Beautiful little spot, lots of farming, and yeah, I just thought I'd capture the old bridge. She's an old steel bridge over the Hunter River. Yeah, nice. Look at that river. Seen that swollen more than that, but still a bit of water in it. Yeah, nice. Luscombe Tyre Bridge. day 2. Rained all day yesterday, so no footage. We stayed here at the Riders Retreat, I think it's called. Not a bad spot, pretty basic, but had everything we needed and a free coffee from the shop this morning. Thanks, mate. Meal at the pub last night. Pretty quiet in there. There was a wake the night before, so all the locals were at home licking their wounds. Quiet. Nice, good night's sleep, quiet. So now it's fuel, bit of breakfast, and we're heading back via 20 Creeks, which most people would have seen. If not, I'll probably capture a little bit of footage. Out of Nundle first thing in the morning. It's always a good thing. We've got a bit of sun this morning, so we're hoping for some fair weather. Predicted showers later, but that's okay. Just heading out. On the 20 Creek Crossings Road. We've done most of the crossings. I think we've done them all. Just a little bit wet at the camera out, which is a pity. But yeah, nice ride. The day's turned out alright. Sort of zippers open to get some air through, and then zippers closed because of a bit of sprinkle. But yeah, other than that, nice. And yeah, this countryside, have a go at it. We just come through some really nice views, but you can't stop and capture them all on the camera. It is what it is. Yeah, I spoke before about the types of bikes that have been manufactured for this adventure riding thing, and I suppose I've got a perspective like everyone else. I've only been back in it for 2 years or a bit. Not highly experienced. I did some dirt riding when I was younger and a little bit of road bike, but the guys I ride with are much more experienced than me and rode dirt bikes all their younger years, and were really good. A couple of actually really good riders. So I'm sort of just getting back into it. So my perspective is from someone that, medium to low skill. I've got high expectations, mid-50s, so I don't want to kill myself. So yeah, my perspective's from that angle. I've had this bike, I don't know, 18 months, had a DR660 before that, so the T7 I've got I bought with 6,000 Ks, and it's currently got 20 on it. And all of those are trips, yeah, there's no commute or anything, it only comes out the shed for these rides. So I've done a few Ks on it and built it to suit me, and I talked a bit about that at the start. But yeah, the manufacturers, they're targeting, and everyone talks about the Poltaras and Chris Birch and all these guys smashing these big bikes around, and that's okay. But I suppose for people that are getting into the the sport, you just got to be careful about what you go for. There's a couple of guys I ride with are on Norans, and they use the majority of what's available to them in terms of horsepower, but even they'll admit that they'll never utilise everything that's there, and that's alright, they're comfortable with that. they're happy with their bikes, which is the main thing. But yeah, I suppose it's just about being wise in your choices. I didn't want to spend the big bucks on something that I wouldn't use, and I suppose the other bit, the Tenere fitted me. I'm a taller rider, I'm 6'5", so I needed something that was a bit taller in the seat, lower in the pegs, and it did that for me. But even saying that, I'm not a good enough rider to use 150 horsepower. I'll only ever use whatever I've got on board here, 68 or 70 or 2 or some bloody thing. And that's all I need. So I suppose it's just buyer beware. If you want to, keep up with your mates and get the good stuff, that's entirely up to you. But if you just want something functional, have a look at a Tenere or a Transalp, or one of those lower end, because they're a good bike. I had to spend a couple of bucks on the suspension on this one, just so I brought it up to standard that I could ride. But outside of that, plug them in and go. And yeah, I just hope that the manufacturers sort of wake up to this and they start, trying to design towards the market. I'm sure they'll still sell Huskies and KTMs because people love the brand, and so they should. They're a great bike. But yeah, just throw more money at other development other than horsepower. Reliability be good. I hear stories of KTMs that have expired because they just built the race and not to last, and that's not good enough. Have that outlay, you need it to last. So yeah, that was my perspective. I'll just do a little bit of an update on the stuff that I've got in the bike. So I'll throw back to the Gronk in the shed, and he'll run you through the bike just in a couple of minutes. Over to you. See how I go, Bullfed. Michelin Anarchy front tyre, really good tyre, that's all I use. Front suspension, revalved, resprung, best money I've spent on the front end, excellent. Big ass bash plate. Crash bars, that's my front tube. Cheap ass AliExpress headlight protector, cheap ass AliExpress windshield adjuster. I'm tall, does a great job. Just put my phone up here to give it a go, just a cheap ass old phone that does navigation and music. Standard bark busters, going to get some winter things that go over the top of them when it gets winter. Just some protection to stop me rubbing the paint off. WR450 foot pegs. Steg pegs, another really good investment, helps you with your fatigue, you get to rest against them. Rally seat, thicker than standard, because I'm a bit taller, that really helps. You can get lowered seats, or standard of course. And in there is the magic of Clive Ward, rear suspension upgrade. So resprung, revalved, probably over the minute by now. That's a Motos Adventure Tractionator rear tyre. That's all I've run and I love them. A little bit more expensive than some of the others, but they wear really well and they perform really well. Little B&B back rack. This is all I run for my day trips. Tools are under the seat. Tail tidy, so I tore all the crap that was here. Lots of plastic and screws, and just put another cheap ass AliExpress tail tidy and little extension. Arrow exhaust, really good sound. No scratches, nothing to look at there. Steg pegs. Just a little extension on my brake pedal. Haven't put the expensive brake pedal on. I bled the brakes, put better brake pads on, and it works well enough for me. I'm not Poltaras. That's just my trail stand if I need to pull a whirl off out in the bush. My hydration pack sits here. Tube goes up, clips on to the handlebars, so I don't have to carry it in a backpack. And a set of fat bars. The stock ones weren't very strong, so I got the fat bars on. I'm pretty much done. There won't be a lot more I need to do. I'm sure there'll be something that comes on the market that might tickle the interest, but you don't need a lot on these things. Just the suspension upgraded, run some good tyres and get out there. Alright, that was more than a minute, but back to you, Bullfed. so that was that's just the bits and pieces I've added to the Tenere. Give you a bit of an idea. I haven't gone over the top. And in terms of riding gear, another controversial subject. I bought the cheaper end and then sort of put up with it, and then got talked into spending, you know, some money on some better gear, and I haven't looked back. It just opens up your riding opportunities. So this weekend we've had rain most of the ride, and because of the gear that I've bought, it's pretty well got me through without really affecting the enjoyment. Like, we all like to ride in the fair weather, but I've had no foggy screens. My body and shirt and pants weren't wet. I didn't have to stop and put bloody pants and rain gear on, and the only thing, I've got wet gloves, but I don't know, there's not a lot you can do about that. Maybe there is, you might know a better solution. But yeah, I'll just throw it back to old mate. He'll take you through the gear I wear. Yeah, alright. The gear then. So this is a Shoei adventure helmet. I've had it for a little while. I had a bell previous to this and it wore out, so I put my hand in my pocket and bought this. Really happy with it. Very comfortable. Cuts the noise out. I'm able to hang all the shit off it that I need to. Has a pin lock in the lens, so for those that don't know, they're the ones that are designed to stop it fogging up. It seems to work well. That thing there hanging off the side is an $85 intercom, cheap off eBay. It's called a V6. I run my phone through it so I can get music, but also can patch in with one other rider, and we've found the range on these is really good, and even if you're in the bush, we seem to be able to hook up a fair bit, so they perform really well. So happy with that. That's the helmet. Gloves. Just recently bought a pair of this brand 5. Sorry about the light. 5. Yeah, they seem alright. Got a bit of dexterity. Supposed to be able to use with a smartphone. Seems a bit hit and miss. This is the hot topic, the controversial bit, the one that I'll get bagged about, but that's okay. A friend said to me when I was wearing the cheaper gear, dry rider gear, and had to put wet weather gear over it all the time, he said, just close your eyes and swipe your card. And that's what I've done, and couldn't be happier. These things are designed by people that ride, you can tell. They've just got the stuff in them that, you know, shit, how'd they think of that? That's pretty cool. Even down to the little spot where you can put your debit or your credit card, so when you get the survey you're not fumbling around in your wallet. Lots of vents. I wear it in summer. Gets hot when you stop, so does everything else, and you won't need wet weather gear again. So I don't think I'll need to buy gear again based on the reviews and what I've seen so far, and that's why I thought I'll just do that one investment, and I couldn't be happier. It's up to everyone to do their own thing, but yeah, if I was going to recommend some riding gear, I'd just say close your eyes, swipe the card. It'll be the best investment you make in terms of riding gear. So anyway, that's the gear. Anyway, aren't you meant to be riding? Like, you keep throwing back to me. So just ride your bike, mate. Leave me alone. And yeah, finally the boots. So over to you, old mate. Show the boots off. That's a picture of a boot. Yeah, so that's it. Not trying to tell people what they should do. It's just from a perspective of someone who's only been doing this for a couple of years now. Had some really good advice from some good riders, and of course, like most people, I watch a lot of YouTube because I want to learn. So yeah, that's my perspective. Hope you get something out of it. Yeah, if you're only just getting into it, I hope some of that's helped you. we've just come through the 20 Creek Crossing Road, stopped for a muesli bar, and now we're heading towards Gloucester. So we'll do Gloucester for lunch, got a little bakery there, and then we'll head home from there. Got cool here. They said it would get cool going through here. It's not 80 degrees, that's the temperature of the engine at the moment. Let's see what it is. What is it? Nearly there. 19. Yeah, it's not too bad, but there's a bit of a chill, you can feel it. All pastoral land through here.